Hello, Michelle here, and welcome to my space. This week, our theme is all about isolation, and I really want to talk about isolation and how it's showing up for us these past 5 days. We're in the fifth day of this theme. Um, Isolation to me does not mean that it always comes in as I want to isolate myself, that I just don't want to be around people, I want to hide, I want to hermit. Oftentimes for me, it comes in as an overwhelming sense of feelings that maybe aren't comfortable or that I'm not quite understanding or that just feel heavy. And so I want to hide. The feelings themselves that are, coming from another place make me want to isolate. So that's what I really want to talk about today are those feelings because we have a full moon on Monday coming, and the full moon is in Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about going deep. Scorpios are deep. They really want to, they've got a lot of lessons to learn, and you need to get in there. You need to learn those deep lessons. And there's a lot of heaviness automatically with that. When we go deep, there's a lot of emotion involved, a lot of feeling, a lot of patterns, a lot of belief systems, a lot of stuff that maybe we've not wanted to address for a while. So that's coming on Monday, that full moon. And for me, I always feel the energy of the moons, the full and the new moon, about 3 days before and 3 days after. So we're in that time frame where we can be feeling Scorpio's energy and of this full moon. And so we want to be aware of that. So we have this sense of big stuff coming up, big stuff that we maybe want to deal with, that we want to look at, that wants to be released, because that's what the full moon is all about, what wants to be released. And so the stuff is coming up. So as it's coming up, we want to be aware of it. Our inclination that we've learned is to hide from it and say, no, thank you, and go into isolation mode. But that's what this theme this week is about, is about really facing that that desire to isolate and choosing a different path, maybe a path that's in your highest good or that's better for you in this moment than isolating. So this week, I've talked a little bit about my water blends, and I want to go a little bit more in depth with those and talk about why they're so wonderful. I love the water blend. It's for our sacral chakra, and I love water in general. I mean, we're a lot of water as humans, and water is really important. We need flow. Water is healing. And so I always like to look at my sacral chakra and my water element and the balance of it when I'm dealing with things that are really heavy emotionally, because that's when my water tends to get out of balance. And that's what I see for my clients and people that I work with, is that when we're in a heavy time emotionally, our water gets out of balance because we just shove it down and hold it there, and it's stagnant, and that's not good. So my water blend is a really wonderful way to get the emotions flowing, but it feels really safe and it feels really manageable and it feels kind and gentle. And to me, that's what's important, because when we're kind and gentle with ourselves and with our emotions, then we're more willing to access them, to deal with them, to allow them. And that's what life is about. That's how we find flow. That's how we find balance. So when we're talking about the water blend, it does a few things. It helps us to release those emotions that no longer serve us or that are not ours. It allows us to bring light into our life so that we can maybe see into those dark corners, those deep, dark places that Scorpio is wanting us to go, or just light so that we feel better, because we always feel better when we can see light, right? It helps us to feel confident. It really builds that sense of, I've got this, I can handle this. I may not know where I'm going or what it's going to look like, but I trust that I'm strong enough to do this. And this is a really important aspect of this blend. It allows us gratitude for the lessons that we're learning. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm in those hard, deep lessons, I'm angry and I'm done and I don't want to do it again. But this blend allows us to go, okay, I may not understand the full reasoning for this lesson, but I'm grateful that I'm here because I know I'm going to come out on the other side really good, strong, and I'm going to have done some powerful cleaning. It also opens us up to guidance from our higher self, spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, which is always a wonderful thing because then we know we're on the right path for us. We're on that perfect path that's taking us to our next highest good. Okay. It also helps us have clarity of thought, which is really important so that we don't feel like we're in that whirlpool where our thoughts are controlling us and we're going in a spiral down. And it lets us let go of how we think things should be or how we want them to be and embrace the change that comes with flow. You know, we're all energy. Everything is energy, and energy is meant to move and grow and flow and change. And we resist that often. So this blend helps us to embrace that and say, again, I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing necessarily. I don't see all of the details laid out in front of me, but I trust that this is in my highest good because I've had the clarity of my thought, the connection to spirit. I'm allowing, I'm releasing, I'm seeing what I need to do, and I can trust this. So you can use my water blend in two ways. It comes in form of an essential oil, which I love. When I'm using the water blend essential oil, I ask where it wants to go. Oftentimes this is either on the side, on this vagal nerve, or on the wrist, different places of the body. I just always ask. Sometimes it wants to be on my abdomen. It just depends. You know, I always want to feel where the oil wants to go and where it will be most helpful. The wonderful thing about these essential oils, they're the highest quality, 100% therapeutic grade. So they're going to go in and get the job done no matter where you put them, which I love. But I always like to ask them because they have an essence of and a resonance of their own, and they know where they want to be. So I love to get intuitive with them. The other way to use that is in the form of a spray, and I love the sprays. They're different than the oils. They've got the essential oil blend, but they've got the added benefit of the red mint salt. And what I love about that is that the salt goes in and attaches to all of the positive ions and the things that we're holding on to, and it releases it. It pulls it out and releases it. And so I love to use the sprays like this. I just spray all around me, get it all over my face. I love to taste it on my lips, taste the salt. And that way I know it's really absorbing into my skin and into my bloodstream and doing what it needs to do. And the sprays are a wonderful element to use because of the salt. The way that I always explain them is that when I know I need a spray, it's because I'm feeling like, oh, I'm just tense or irritable or anxious or feeling overly emotional. And I spray the spray, and then it's like, oh, I feel good. I remember who I am, where I am, what my purpose is, and I can get it done. Okay. So I love them both. They work different, but I use them usually together at different times of the day for different purposes. And the more you use them, the more you get to know how they work with you and how you respond to them and when you need them. So go to michellesnelling.com to get those blends. I also love to get prescriptive with people. I can tune into your energy and tell you exactly what you need right now for what you're going through, which blend would be best, and not only which blends, but how to use them specifically. I get really specific on where the blends want to go to have their best effect on you for what you're going through. And I love to do that. So if you are interested in me getting prescriptive for you, message me and let's get that done. I'm also running a sale right now through Monday. So it ends on Monday with the full moon, which I love. I didn't plan that, but it's a perfect thing. So US orders, $50 or more, you get free shipping, and Canadian orders, $75 or more, you get free shipping. So take advantage of that. This is a great gift that I'm offering in my gratitude to all of you for all the love and support that you've shown me all these years. So let's really go into this weekend and into this full moon armed with all of the spiritual tools that we have at our disposal, ready to work with it, ready to allow, and feel confident in the strength that we have to learn these lessons that we're here to learn. Thank you all. I appreciate the time and support and love that you all give me. Have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend and a great full moon. And if I can help in any way, please let me know. Love you. Thank you.